Welcome to HyperProfit. I'm Andrew Edwards, and while none of this is financial advice, today I need to talk to you about two things. First, Zillow, ticker symbol Z or ZG, and why I think it's a great buy right now and it's gonna skyrocket in the future. Second, as a heads up, I wanted to address a couple of recent comments and tell you why stock price doesn't matter when you're a long-term investor. So that's gonna be the topic of my next video, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss that one. And shout out, by the way, to the 21% of you who've also hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos drop. Notification squad in full effect. Okay, first let's take a quick look at my portfolio and how I'm doing during this absolutely crazy week in the market that's seen tons of ups and downs, or really mostly downs. All right, here we can see for today, I am down 6.25%. For this week, I'm down 12.89%. For this past month, I'm down 12.46%. For the past 3 months, I am up 7.4%. For the past year, I'm up 21.11%. And all time, I'm up 21.84%. And just in case you're wondering why these numbers are so different than they were when compared to my last video, if you're not new here and have been watching my videos, the reason is I had 14 stop losses all go off at once when several stocks plummeted by 15%. That's where my stop losses kicked in. I took the profits from there and then waited for them to plummet a little more and then bought back in. So I bought the dip and I took those profits and bought even more of the stock. But what that does to my returns, for example, if we go to, let's say, the 1 month here, this shows that I'm down $50,000 for the month. But that's because I sold so much stock. I sold $55,000 worth of stock. Those were all profits. So for the past month, I'm actually up. It's just that since I sold so many positions and rebought them, these numbers have significantly changed. Now, as I like to say, persistent perfection prevents production. Do it first, then do it right. If you're new to investing and feeling fearful, the best way to learn is to do your research, which is why I'm glad you're here, and start dipping your toe in the water to learn. On this channel, I want to help you produce more income and wealth. So let's jump into Zillow, and again, stay tuned for my following video, which is really meant for the beginners out there. So, Zillow Group, do me a favor and hit that like button if you're a fan of analysis like this for finding long-term stock investments. Let me pull up Zillow, ticker symbol Z. In my portfolio, I own about 15 shares at an average cost of $163.54 per share for a total return of negative 6% roughly. Now, this is actually one of the stocks where I took profit and rebought the other day. And if we scroll down, you can see that I actually bought Zillow originally at $87.77. Then I sold it at $166.43. Then I bought back in at $164. So I've almost doubled my money since I started investing in Zillow. Now, I do own additional shares of Zillow in my Webull account where I take advantage of buying in the pre-market and aftermarket. And again, I highly recommend having a Webull account so you can do the same and stop thinking that your trading hours end at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll leave a link in the description below. Yes, they give you free stock for signing up, but the main real benefit is the extra 8.5 hours of trading you can do per day to catch things before they take off in the morning when the market opens. Okay, shares of Zillow soared when fourth quarter earnings were released about 2 weeks ago, which led analysts to increase their price targets for Zillow going forward. And even Citigroup raised its rating on Zillow. It had a rating of neutral, but has been upgraded to a rating of buy. Now, looking at the financials, Zillow reported revenue of $789 million, which is down 16% from the $944 million reported a year earlier, but was also much higher than the expected $740.5 million that analysts were predicting. So adjusted earnings per share were 44 cents when the expectation was 28 cents. Now, Zillow is about to benefit from strong demand for residential real estate as it seems we're turning the corner on all the lockdowns due to the situation we've been in for the past year, alongside strong demand for its services. For example, one of their new services sees Zillow getting directly into the home buying and selling business. Have you ever checked the value of your home or any home using Zillow? They have something called the Zestimate, where Zillow gives what they believe to be the value of the property. Now, in more than 20 markets across the US, covering over 500,000 properties, Zillow is allowing homeowners to sell their homes directly to Zillow for the quoted amount of the Zestimate. So when a homeowner does this, Zillow sends over an inspector to make sure the information on the home is accurate, then pays cash to the owner of the property, does some light repairs, and then puts the home back on the market to flip it. It's home flipping on a major scale. On February 16th, the stock hit a record high of $199.90, and in the past week has come down to a more reasonable $156. However, if you're wondering where Zillow stock might be going from here, Citi analysts have raised their price target from $130 per share all the way up to almost double at $250 per share. Benchmark raised its target from $140 up to $230, and Jeffries went from $175 to $215. Piper Sandler raised its target from $159 to $209. So as you can see, several major analysts are saying that at its current pricing, Zillow is a buy and that they expect the share price to rise anywhere from $40 to $70 per share. Now again, as I showed earlier, I bought Zillow at $87.77. That was back in August of 2020. And in 6 months, I've essentially doubled my money, and analysts expect it to go even further from here. So if you're looking for a good recovery stock in a company that's making some major moves, I am definitely liking Zillow. Now again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so you should always do your own research and due diligence and invest in companies that you not only understand, but believe in for the future. Any thoughts you have about Zillow, please do drop them down in the comments below. I'll meet you there for further discussion. Let's talk about your thoughts on this company as well. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards, and I'll catch you in the next episode of HyperProfit.